So it turns out we need to talk about Mattel's ThunderCats classics. I never thought I would have to say that again. So there was a bit of a bombshell dropped at PowerCon this weekend, and I wasn't there, so I got all of my information secondhand. Pixel Dan obviously was the one who dropped the big bomb late Friday night, if I remember, as they were setting things up, where Mattel decided to just casually plop down a Jaga figure and a Grun figure. Not these figures, but ThunderCat Classics figures. And we knew previously, while the line was going on back in 2016, that Jaga and Grun were supposed to be the first two figures in the second wave. So 2016 was wave 1 and it was a half wave, and we all know how that ended up. It was a bit of a mess. The line was canceled before we ever even got our San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Wily Kit and Wily Cat, which we didn't even know were coming until it was, like days before. But Jaga and Grun were rumored, well, I guess it wasn't really a rumor, it was just sort of not necessarily confirmed 100%, that they were going to be, I guess, January's figures, or January and February's figures for 2017. Of course, we all know that the line died a horrible, nasty death, even though the figures were pretty damn solid, and I'm a humongous fan of the line, and it's ThunderCats. It's hard for me to say no, honestly, and I think people know that by now. But what we found out over the weekend was that Mattel never really stopped. Well, they sort of did, but they sort of didn't. And we don't have a ton of information, but I figure it makes sense that we should talk about it. I'm curious what people are thinking about it, because I have my own thoughts on this, just in terms of what we do know versus what I wanted to know. So what we found out is that, along with a bunch of other stuff that Mattel threw out, they showed new 5.5-inch vintage style figures like Slime Pit He-Man and Anti-Eternia He-Man and stuff like that. New stuff to kind of counterpoint to Super 7's Filmation 5.5-inch stuff, but they also showed new 12-inch stuff. So it's like, 2 years ago Mattel decided, let's get out of all this collector-focused junk that we have been dealing with. But 2 years later, they decided, no, it's time to actually get back in, but we're not sure we're back in or not. And that's where my concern comes in. So they showed all that stuff. They have amazing, amazing prototypes for Jaga and Grun. And honestly, as far as I can tell, these are the best looking figures that they've made so far. I'm a big fan of the line. I like them. They are not without their faults. I'd say every figure has something that's kind of weird about them. There aren't very many to pick from. But Jaga and Grun look absolutely amazing. They look incredibly striking. Obviously, these are prototypes, so they might have a little more detail than finished samples, but I'm not going to argue that point because of the fact that I just think they look so good. But what we really don't know still is this happening? The initial announcement was not even really an announcement. It's just a, hey, they're here, take a look at them, what do you think? And obviously the internet kind of erupted, or at least the toy collecting community, ThunderCat community, erupted because people have been wanting this for literally years at this point. But we still haven't gotten anything that I would consider an actual confirmation. It certainly seems like at the very least we are going forward with this, but what we didn't get was any real announcement. We do have, close to an announcement from Mattel's rep at PowerCon saying that they want to do it, they're trying to do it, they're trying to figure out how to do it the best way. They're trying to figure out the when and the how in terms of getting it to people. We don't know exactly how these would be delivered. There's just no way they're going to be at retail. I don't see that happening. Mattel's also kind of shuttering the last vestiges of their collector-focused website. Matty Collector's gone, but the Mattel Vault is also going away as well. So I'm not really sure how they're going to get these out to people to begin with. Maybe they're going to do kind of like a Super 7 thing where they'll do a pre-order and you get, 5 figures all at once, which would be fine. I'd be happy with that. But frankly, what I really, really wanted was something really concrete. We've got Jaga and Grun here at the show floor. These are going into production in 6 months or something like that, and then you can expect maybe some news at Toy Fair. What we didn't get was really any of that. It certainly seems like this is going forward. There seems to be a bit of a passion behind this, and rightly so. I mean, it's ThunderCats. I'm biased because it's unequivocally my favorite toy line and cartoon from when I was a kid, so I am very biased in the fact that I want it, and I know other people want it too, and it seems like some folks at Mattel really want it and that there is a push to get it out there. Obviously now is the time. We've got a new ThunderCat cartoon coming. I don't know if this really has anything to do with that because it's not the same, it's not that look and feel. But now's the time, get it back out there. It's going to be in the forefront of people's minds now more than ever. But what I really wanted was just right out of reach. There wasn't an official, yes, they're coming. It was an official, we're trying to make this happen. So, you know, get your social media support out there. I know there's been a big push lately, and for the past 2 years, to actually get that stuff out there. I've been trying to do my part here and there. I mean, this channel was started because I wanted to review the ThunderCats classic figures even after the line was dead. That's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about them. So the first review on the channel is that Lion-O figure. It's a terrible review. I don't recommend you watch it, but, you know, go ahead if you want. I had no idea what I was doing, and I'm not sure I still do, but I am really hopeful that this line does come back to life. Like I said, Jaga and Groon look just tremendous. They look so good, and I can't imagine what they would look like in final production samples. You know, I hope that if they're able to do this, is that it does have a little bit of life to it, that it's not just, you know, people have been clamoring for the mutants and the end of the Cats roster, because honestly, that's not satisfactory to me. Just getting that might as well not be enough, really. I think we need something more, an actual toy line, not just something to fill out people's rosters, because frankly, if I get just one more wave, I'm not going to be happy in a year from now. I'm just going to be, okay, well, it came and it went again. I got a few more toys. But once again, ThunderCats failed to really do anything. So hopefully that's not what's happening. I don't think that's what's happening, but we will see. I'm curious what other people seem to think about this down below. Again, we really don't have any true confirmation. It just sort of seems like a half confirmation. Like, yes, you should expect these to come, but we can't effectively say right now at PowerCon, yay or nay. So I'm hopeful that we see something at Toy Fair. I mean, that's the place, that's the time to really announce it, to get some interest out there, show Warner Brothers, you know, the licensor that's got some legs and that it's going to make everybody some money. So I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know down below. What did you think of those prototypes? I think they look pretty snazzy, so I'm really jazzed about this. I'm just also trying to temper my expectations because I don't want to be let down again. So let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you later.